Before we begin, Kit would like to point out a small error on her part. A claim is made stating the Black Line event is permanent. It is not. Kit also apologizes for the slight lack of direction. And also there's some minor spoilers. But that's it. Enjoy the show.
So I'm going to go ahead and give a quick warning since I basically suck at pronouncing and punctuations and things like that. I'm sorry. So if we mispronounce certain names in here, please forgive us. We don't mean to. It's like we've been trying to say certain words over and over and over and over. We even went beyond that to listen to other people say it, and they were saying, like, different people were saying it in different ways because of either accents or whatever. So if I butcher this, I'm sorry. But on this episode of The Travelers, I have here my co-host Serene Tempest and obviously me, Kit the Traveler, and we are going to talk about the latest living story, the things that came with the living story of this patch. We're also going to be talking about can't even think now. We were doing some research. My brain is not connecting. We're going to be talking about like the goodies that you're getting, the weapon stuff, just overall thoughts. And then also there was a cool article written that had Bobby Stein sit there and talk about somewhat of the future of Guild Wars 2. And I'll be sure to link all that stuff as we go through. But yeah. February, we really didn't have an episode because we wanted to go through the content. We also wanted everyone else to kind of enjoy the content. So, yeah. Sorry, my mom has a new doggo in her home, so sorry for the barking that you guys probably just heard in your ears. But here we go. We're gonna start. So, Serene. First of all, I guess let's start off with, how are you? We're not going to talk about the living story. We're going to talk about, let's talk about let's talk about what we finally freaking accomplished. And what was that we finally finished and got?
Our legendary trinkets.
Oh my God.
We got the rainbow effect.
And it was pretty, right? It was real pretty.
Yeah, it's still pretty. Yes. Can't believe we finally got it done.
I was like, it's whatever. I'm just doing this for you. But now I'm grown accustomed to the glow.
I know. It's pretty. It matches with my I already have a glow. I don't know if it's in the hair being white or what, and white armor. It just really has a rainbow effect.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed most of it.
My Bifrost. Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, my Bifrost.
I think your Bifrost would work really well with it too, because it's kind of like the same.
Turning up dust. My Bifrost. I forgot about that.
So, my thing is, what was your favorite part doing this experience? And what was your this favorite, unlikable, never want to do it again?
Well, I hate the jumping puzzles, but thanks to our, thing. Yes, we know it's illegal, but I have a hard time seeing my computer's crappy jumping. Give me hell.
Now you snitching on us by blocking it to your gate. You're gonna get them.
If they do,
if another person's account.
If you get in trouble, I'll post everywhere and say they're being mean to my daughter for helping her elderly mother out on vacation. But I did everything else myself.
Swear to God, if all our homework goes down the drain, we get banned. I'm coming after you.
God, I'll cry. We got so much stuff we've been doing for Can you imagine? That would just be sad. That would be sad. I would totally.
I just think that overall, like, as they work on the graphics, we're gonna see more people have like issues, because I've seen people in the guild that I'm in have like issues too with certain things, like either with the shadows, the frames, pixels, things missing, stuff like that. So over time, a lot of these games that people have been playing for a while, especially with MMOs in the community, a lot of them are like upgrading their direct and graphics, and I guess we'll see what happens in the future. So, but now we're working on, well, we've been working on Astralaria.
Yeah. Laria.
And we're on part 3. So far it's going okay. A lot of gold spending, because
I swear, I think we're spending more than what we did when I made my Bifrost.
I feel like Gen 1 legendaries are a lot cheaper than the Gen 2.
Mm-hmm.
Gen 2 feels like I'm breaking my bank and more.
Yeah, I mean, just the mats alone, I swear there's more mats even, than what we had to do for the other one. You had for each gift, like gift of light, what you needed for the gift of wood, and metal.
Right.
And then it's just, I swear, like, how many stacks of friggin', and we're just a third part. How many, I think, what was there, 6 parts? 7 parts for this that we gotta do? I think
so. And from what Tyrion said, Gen 2 had a much higher map cost, because you only needed to map like 5 areas compared to 30, which makes sense, because like it's mostly like the Deldrimor steel, and what's the other one that we need, the wood or whatever, like all the ascended mats basically.
Well, it's not just that part's okay. I mean, yeah, it's a lot more of that
for you,
but because I do my daily,
you do your thing every day. For me,
yes,
I'm a lazy Joe, and I just
yeah, I gave her some steel, and she paid me back with gold the other day.
I swipe the card and get some gems, and then put in the money, and then pay you back, because I felt bad. I was like, I don't have the freaking funds.
Well, I'm constantly farming, and then now with once we get into it, we'll talk about that for those keys. I'm like torn because I can't get my dailies done now. My ascended mats.
Yeah, we'll definitely all that stuff in a second. But that's what we've been basically doing, is we accomplished our necklace, got it done. Pew, we're beautiful now. We're part of the cool kids, Don't come at us, okay? Because like I'm tired. I had to carry this old woman around. I don't need anyone else to be hassling up on my neck about this stuff.
We need to make a picture of you with a ball and chain and name it Mom.
Just someone just stepping on my neck at this point.
Hold on, I gotta get my mom. Throw out a ball and chain. Run me around. Yeah. But yeah, so we're working on that. Me personally, and we're only to the third part, you said. Gen 1.
No, we're not doing PvP right now, okay? You need to calm down with that comment.
No, I am not fast enough. I am not fast enough for PvP.
At some point, I need to add the chat thing on here. Today, I didn't have the time, because you guys are going to see the madness in a second when I change scenes.
What our discussion was before it came on.
Our thoughts, and what's to come. So I'm sorry if this looks like a hot mess if you're looking at this visually through YouTube, but yeah. So
it's just something, just where our thoughts are. We could add on to it a little bit more.
Well, we start with the main simple picture. Oh, look at that. That's the new area, which Mom, go ahead and tell us, where did our commander go to in this newest season story?
Now, this is the first part, but we've heard so many ways of this. Gyala Delves. I know I got the last part right, but Gyala Delves. Smacking us, somebody who hates their OCD. They're saying it wrong.
Right.
But, yeah, so... Gyala. There we go.
Thank you. Got it right the first time on then. Yeah.
Okay. Gyala Delves, and I did got the last part right, I hope. But it's a the map's very pretty, green, which is Kit's favorite color.
Yeah.
which it's pretty, but it's kind of hard to see a lot of I don't know, maybe it's because of me and my crappy computer, but the skill effects and stuff like that on the ground, see what to step in stuff. But it's a pretty map, really good job. My feelings is storyline was really good. I think it was a little short. I know it's probably about the same size as the others, but to me, I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's because, like Kit and I discussed, we felt rushed, trying to get through the story because the way the map.
I am not a fan. Like, I'm okay with storytelling sometimes between the action, but this one, I just felt like it was because the meta was going at the same time as the story was. It was just like it felt like I was go 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 go. Like
before
from my
we got
brain.
attacked.
I'm sure
Yeah,
there's some
before we
people
got
that's
attacked.
like, oh, this is easy. I can multitask and I can think and I can read and I can. I am one of those types that I'm like, I want to see the word.
I want to
oh, I say, yeah. Like the pacing
explore.
was all over the place for me wise, and for my mom. Anyone else, that's your opinion, and that's that. But for us,
we like it a little bit slow. Like you can look around a little bit and then go to your story and not worry about being attacked while you're trying to go into your story star. But yeah. But I mean, overall, the story, like I said, I don't know. To us, it felt short because it was so fast paced.
Right.
Probably the same size as the other one.
Exactly. I guess the next part would be, what do you think of the meta? Since we'll dive in the story part a little bit towards the end when we're doing the whole.
Yeah, we'll have to put a disclaimer out there. If you have not done this, we are sorry.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks. I waited patiently.
We have
the whole
to
month.
talk. Yep,
So,
we waited. So if you haven't done it, we are sorry. Go do it and then come back and listen to us. Don't want to ruin it, but we're gonna have to discuss something.
That's exactly how I felt. So I did not want to abandon. Like I was like, I kind of want to do the event. I want to see what it's about. Like, and I personally, and I don't want to use mental or disabilities or anything, but I have ADHD. So it's like, we're starting this pace. We're doing this. Now we're onto this. Oh, I see a meta thing going on. And my brain's like, oh, but I want to do this. And then at the same time, I'm hearing Goric sort of and I can't keep up with Goric and Detective Rama, and all their conversations. I'm like, I don't, and I told my mom halfway through, I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? Because like,
I think we got it.
Paying attention. Like, so it sucks. I had to go back and like replay it again just to hear the story bits and just try to avoid the event afterwards, which kind of sucks, but I guess it is what it is.
Well, because some of the story wants us to do the event. That's what I'm saying.
Because you have to go to those certain points to grab the little objectives or whatever, like the little glowy things or whatever.
And I don't mind that, but I think they should add that in the story. I think it should just be the story, and then you can go do the.
I would have been fine if they made it into a personal story instance meta version, like just kind of like walk through with the like maybe some NPCs, like they kind of like with the was it Dragon Stand or where you can fight with the NPCs or whatever. I would have
right
the first way through, and then so that I can pay attention to the story. But yeah.
But the thing is with me, like when was it Gothmar? When we did that one. And them talking while we're fighting.
Yeah,
I can't do it because I'm trying.
So it's the same thing. What you do, like, kind of. I think that's what she's saying, that if you experience this or not, but that basically directly facing a character, the directional audio will totally get lost, and I won't hear the voice line. Yeah, that's exactly what we're having.
Yeah, especially over combat
in an open world, running around while characters are talking to you, and that's my main issue. With mine too,
and the combat noise too. The stuff that we say when we're fighting, and the stuff that the mobs say to us when they're fighting. And then you got the story quests going on at the same time, and you're like, who do I listen to? My brain's going
exactly. Which they are like, I don't know if it could be just because they they do rotate people through different parts of their building their content and story and world, whatever, and stuff like that. So maybe it's just like something that kind of gets lost in the void on like something they should kind of work a little bit better on, or because like it's like you're here also for the story, not only just for the meta. Like I don't mind the gameplay and the action, but I'm also here for like the story. So if I don't know what's going on, and I'm at literally towards the end, and I'm like, so what's going on with our characters in the game? Like,
I mean, it's bad if you got to go back and redo the story on another character because you don't know.
And maybe they thought,
what the hell did I just do?
The game will just help that situation, but that's also kind of disappointing because what if you don't? What if you're not the type that does it? And so it's like
somebody who has one character
and watch other people play it, I guess.
That's what I watch a lot of videos of other streamers, see what they see, and that's kind of hard too sometimes because you gotta listen to their feedback, what's going on.
Right. So hopefully they can get better a little bit with that if they're doing their storytelling in between fighting or something, or maybe something else. I don't know. It's kind of rough. It's been kind of like that for like the last couple bits, because even I feel like Iceberg Saga, it kind of did it in there as well with certain things, and I always have to like look down and stuff like that and see like what to be like. Even when Jormac would whisper you, I'd be like, well, what's going on? And I look down and I'm like, okay, I see.
Well, what was it in EOD? You had to tell me because we were too busy. I have issues with with the main meta or the main boss fights because there's so many people there and it lags. And like I said, all I can do is stand there and pew pew with my arrow. But I'm trying to stay out of stuff and you were telling me voices and our past people there. Did you see that?
Oh, you mean like when we bounced into the orbs for?
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I'm trying to get through these,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and it sucks because you're in the moment. You're like, everyone's in a rush to just beat Swan, and get it down. Like there's a time frame, and so it's like you don't have time to like as you're bouncing through the balls. Sometimes the dialogue either is not coming through the audio, or if you're like I'm not looking side eye down to the corner of my chat. Like what did they say? What's that? Like I only noticed it because I fell. Down off my glider and pretty much died because I pancaked to the ground, but I landed through a couple of the orbs and it like popped up some dialogue of like characters that we have ran through the past or whatever. So I mean
because their story I'm nice, sorry I love the storyline. I love the story and people who are like me who like the story and we want to get everything, not just play the other stuff. Want to get everything. It's like being lost. I'm trying to catch up on things. It's being said and done.
Yep.
I agree.
So over the meta itself, there's been some issues with a lot of the community. Is the gas mask.
Yep.
Because in this meta, there's like I guess fumes that happen as you're going through, and
kind of like the event in Kessex.
Yeah.
So.
And so you need this mask to get through the meta, or you just kind of like slowly tick down until you're dead. I was hoping they would put a mastery in, to be honest, at the end, and then just let me buy I don't know, or let the mastery have it where it lasts until the end of the meta or a certain period. So I don't know, something different, because it is kind of frustrating to keep running back and forth and refreshing the mask if you're in a bad meta where the group's kind of slow and it's ticky. Like I don't know, kind of not a fan of it. Could have been a little bit better, maybe a little longer. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that. You got to teach me how to do that where I can catch them too. But yeah, and so I agree with Kit. I think there should be a mastery or something on that. And where you don't either... it's a good mechanic, don't get me wrong, but I think it should be a longer mastery to where we don't have to worry about it after we've done it so many times. Yeah, and then that extra cost for those, because those other two are like instead of 30 charges, what is it? 10 and something else. The ones for magic fire. Toughness, maybe. Yeah, you wouldn't mind going back if you like. You're getting to the end boss and you want to.
I have my chat box so small that I had to like struggle to do that.
The end boss, you have to. You're going the last. Getting ready to go to the end boss, you go and get a charge for toughness or something. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.
Oh no. Okay, there it
Moon
is.
duration, yeah. It's true.
Alright, let me pop this up. Yeah, so the mask thing, yeah. Now, another issue was the keys to open the chest. I feel like there's too many chests for the amount of keys that you're doing, for how much you have to put in, and then from what a couple people said, it's like you can do about 2 full runs with the because I guess there's like a soft cap or a cap for the keys. So
yep. Yeah, you can only buy 10 of each thing. So like whatever they change daily, so 10 of blood, 10 of so once you buy that max, it disappears for a day. But you also get some during the thing, but it's not as many. It's like 2 each time you do a little event, and it's not all the time. And there's so many chests all over. There's more than what you get in keys, I think. Yeah, and the mats to do it. I don't know, Chewy. I don't know if you agree with this, but like I stated earlier, trying to keep up my daily ascended crafting, I don't have enough mithril. I don't have, because it takes much just for 1 key, So it's like I'm so bad getting wood and that stuff.
Hang on 1 second. Keep talking about the thing real quick. I gotta.
Okay. So, what do you think, guys, on that? Do you think that they're asking too much in mats? I know it's a thing trying to get, but I think it's a little too high on mats. Like, I think, what is it, 100 or it's 100 mithril. 1 when it comes up, it changes all the time. But like when the mithril comes up, I think it's 100 or 200 per key. And I'm like, damn. Zois is on the plus side. You get it here. Meta, yeah, which is true. When you salvage that, you push a ton of. Yeah, but not as much as it. I'm not coming out. I'm still out. I mean, just to get my dailies really bad. Key system, Tyrion system, keys like Drizzle again, either spawn more keys or reduce the amount of chests that spawn to make it even.
Is there a way for me to link this?
Usually Zoas usually have to stack mithril. I have
I'm
too
trying
much.
something here, so sorry if this whacks out.
Yeah.
Doing this. Oh, nope, it's gonna make me log in. Okay. I'll try to get the chat to come up on here. I'm sorry. So, again.
Don't sure.
Yeah, no, I was trying to get the chat to link into it, but it wants me to like, I'll do it later. I'm trying to get the chat to work on here so that would be easier, like Tyrion suggested last time, so.
Can you make Tyrion to where he can
He can't edit through my thing. This is my like the.
I thought you were talking about the spammer that came in.
Oh no. I'll deal with that later. I got that. I'll talk with that later on that situation.
So what do you think on the key situation?
I think the key situation is a little broken. I agreed with Tyrion on overall thought. It feels like Drizzle Coast 2.0, but with way too many chests. A little bit, but short. Luckily, the difference is this feels like a shorter meta, so it's not really Drizzle because Drizzle feels kind of long. It's 2-part. But the chest, I feel like it's a little overwhelming. I'm at a point where I don't even open the little chest because I feel like the value sometimes doesn't seem a lot. And
well, remember when we first
chesties. But yes,
remember
exactly. The
when we
first
first
time we went through there, it felt like we were given jack diddly squat.
we got the first time I counted, I had 150 doing from beginning to end, 153 blue bags, 30 green, and 4 yellow, and then 20. I don't know if they did a patch or something. Then it went up to like one full run. I'm getting about 30 blue, 153 greens, and like anywhere from 30 to 50 yellow bags. So,
and I got lucky the second round because I got the extended bag, which was, I can't even think of the name. I should have got the name before I got in here, but it had like a sword that looks like a samurai looking ninja turtle looking sword, and then like 2 daggers in it, and you got to pick one of them. And I guess it's like a rare drop from the bunch. Thank you. Kayana? So what is it? Hang on.
And I'm getting a lot of the exotic. I'm almost done with that. I don't know what's going to happen after that, if I'm just going to be salvaging, but I'm getting a lot of the exotic ones.
Oh, all good.
Hello, Diane.
At least. Hello. And then I only got a mini too. I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, I got a mini the other day. Finally, yeah, I got my mini.
Yeah, I did get a miniature, and like you can get a bunch of stuff. I was seeing, like I listed it up here. Like you got the unique armor skins that drop from there. You got the. I want to get the mask. I keep trying to like. I don't know if it's based off of like the tiers of people opening, like how Dry Top was, where like it's certain tiers because every time I go back to the vendor, it says that we're like blah blah blah, not whatever. So it's like
that. Are you talking about the different masks that we pay for where we can breathe?
No. It's I guess a skin. It's part like where you can get like Detective Rama's kind of hat or whatever. It's off the vendor.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to complete a certain APs. Oh, okay. I'll have to check because I definitely want that mask. So. And then, like, there's a chair, apparently it drops in there as well for the meta. Haven't seen it for me-wise, but I have been getting, since the one patch, I have been getting decent updates on gear. And then, like, a replica Oni's arm.
I mean, I'm making a killing out of ectos.
Yeah, I will say ectos. And Zoa said something earlier that I agree. It's okay that the meta is short. I don't have a problem with that. Like, that time-wise, I think it's good because... there's some people that work, there's some people that go to school, there's some people that do, so it's like it's good that there's short ones because if you're only on for a few bits or an hour, easy mode, go through. My only issue is the way the chesting system works and the keys and the amount of mat. Like it feels like they're trying to make us dump our mats, like just like gold mat dumps in different areas. Because we'll get to it in a sec. But like the Black Lion new trader guy, he also takes certain materials or whatever. So it's like
I think it's limited time.
I feel like you get more rewarded with him compared to what you get with the key system. I guess.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Where the other go too. That's what I was saying. I used a lot of mats to get the statuettes or whatever, so to where I can get me my armor skin I wanted. Yeah. Right. And excuse me, I have.
Have a doggo. Yeah.
But yeah, so but they need to, I think, lessen the chest or have a little bit of drop rate.
Right. So do we want to do the website first or do that towards the end?
Is there anything else you could think of?
Well, the only other things that we can talk about is personally I think the whole content-wise, it felt really short compared to all content this whole game has ever released in my entire life. Like I even feel like the holiday season content is more content than
Yeah, well, at least we don't have to wait around for an hour for it to start automatically.
Because they, like did announce that they're changing their plans on how they're releasing things and doing things or whatever. So maybe this is like the slowly the new change. I don't know. I kind of I guess if anything, I overhyped myself because I was just excited for EOD like what's the, like the living story of EOD, like what's going on with that and stuff like that. So maybe I overhyped my own self personally, but that's what I come from on that.
And like on the back, on the black statue, like Zoa says, statuette thing, trading in mats for statuettes. It's going to have all the previous Black Lion exclusives you could, use keys for to get. So, that is a good thing. I'm just don't know if it's just for 3 weeks or gonna be doing it.
Which the statuettes, we all got spammed like it was a car insurance ad on the first day. Thank God they fixed that. It was very annoying. Everywhere I teleported to and everywhere I went, it was like, hey, do you know that we have these things? And it's like, okay.
And what got me too is it didn't give you a map either.
Yeah, it didn't even link you anywhere. It just was over and over, like the Black Lion Co. whatever.
Zoa, I don't think it's permanent, but I'm hoping it is.
I think it is permanent.
They haven't said. I thought it was a trial thing to try to get us.
I think it's permanent because that's why they announced the thing. It's weekly. It's to help people get like Black Line stuff from what I was seeing on the thing. I'll have to check, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's permanent. But I feel like the value trade wise for that though is better than the value trade for the little keys.
Oh, not just each time you map. Every time you went in and out of the store again. It was horrible. I felt like I was hit by, hey, calling about your car insurance. See, like, oh, stop.
Yeah, it happens. So, I guess the next part real quick of just content real quick, get it out of the way before we go through other stuff. Let me pull this up real quick. So they did also release the variants of Suwan's legendary skins. Sorry, I'm trying to think real quick as I'm doing this, and I'm also looking for all the pictures because wrong thing. Sorry, there we go. So you see here, if you're looking at the video wise, if you're listening, you probably won't see it, but they're like a pretty kind of like bluish. Not really icy, but
it's watery.
Watery, yeah. They look kind of cool.
I get it.
Go for that variant. I'm still thinking I'm gonna go for a Mortarmount or whatever because I like the green, and dark, and whatever. But it's.
I probably would for my neck wrap. I like this. I don't know after our grind with what we're doing if I'm ever going.
I think I would do the shield only just for me, and everything else I would not give a crap for. I'm not like I want some more like shields, just because I do use it a lot for my Broly World on my Guardian and other characters. So I think I'm gonna start working on more shield type stuff. I might even work on the little Quagan shield. I can't even think of its name, but
yeah, the cute one. Yeah.
But first, we have to start off with we still got to work on our freaking one. So I can't go thinking that far because I already have too many projects in my bank that are either on part 2, part 3, part 4, and I'm just sitting there because I'm like.
Or in my bag, like you told me, take it out of your bag, leave it there. So I got all these parts taking most of my bag, and I'm like,
right.
Can we get it done where I can get rid of this crap and have more spaces in bags?
And then I guess let's talk about story just a little bit real quick on just what we played, and towards the end we'll talk about theories and thoughts. Okay, so obviously we had Detective Rama, Goric, and a few other. You basically go and start off with them. You meet them at a lovely place, which I hope they make the eating emote. I hope they make that as an emote. I would pay for that or unlock it.
I cracked up with a big old bowl of friggin' ramen,
Yeah. Just like I would like to be able to eat food emote. That would be kind of cool. There is side story here on the thing on this whole thing. Apparently, they came out with a ramen chair cart.
I want
That everyone can, there's a couple people that can sit in it and eat.
Sits 3 or 4.
But I hope that they actually make an emote is what I'm getting at. Not just a chair that they have, like the chair. Like I hope that they have one where you can just like, slash eat, whatever, and then you like pull out a bowl of ramen or something. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah, gladly do the wild ramen emote outside the chair. Yeah. So you can't salvage gear while you're on the chair. It makes me
Oh, didn't know.
Sorry, my throat is itching. So does it move around? I guess we have a couple people in chat here on Twitch who have the chair. Does it move around, and what all can you do with it? Can you fight with it or no?
What do you mean fight? You can fight with the other chairs.
No, the chair doesn't move unless you bug it. Got it. Okay. And there is a bug.
Oh, you can bug it? Okay.
I heard that the slurping sound is kind of gross for some people.
Yeah, I heard that too. I haven't tried it yet.
I usually have most of my sounds down because of everything. Like, I wish we can have more control of what we want to hear in this game, but it is what it is.
Well, it's just because we've been in it for over 10 years and we hear the same crap over and over.
No, it's not that. There's more than that. It's just like this, hearing certain skills, hearing like, luckily they had like the Robotron mute and the music mute. I would like to have like certain chairs and weapons and stuff to be muted as well.
Yeah, every time I use my Salvomatic, I hear
Dream
shit. Yep.
The fucking the bow and the horse going out of the bow. It's like...
That's true. It's true.
It's a pretty bow. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, when I have someone next to me, like over and over with their little short bow, I'm just like, oh my god.
Instead of mother effing dragon, mother effing bow, pony bow. Pew pew.
No, but yeah. I think I might get the cart for Elise, Mom. I don't think I'll get it for me because I'm not one of those people that want to collect a bunch of chairs and
She knows I collect the chairs.
Like I could care less, but it's cool. If you're looking for something like unique or whatever, I think that's a pretty.
She does
cool
the fishing rods. I do the chairs.
Yeah, I'm more in the boats and the fishing rods. That's my thing right now. I don't really care for the mount skins. I don't really care for the chairs. I don't really care for the gliders. What if I get it unlocked by Black Lion Chest or by others or just content, whatever. Yeah, so
can't beat a freebie.
Right. Yep. And it's okay because in payment I get ascended myths from my mom and other things that I'm too lazy to craft every day. So it's a win for me.
Plus, if you buy it for me, we're all doing stuff together. You get to use it because I always pull it out, like the tea chair and stuff like that, where we both sit.
Right. Okay. So back to the topic because we just sporadically went everywhere else. So the story. We talked about all the main stuff. I think at least covered most of it, like drops, the meta. The meta's about. I feel like the meta's only like 30-ish, maybe minutes. It doesn't feel like too long.
Yeah, it doesn't feel, but it starts right up. But it starts right up. I think that's why it feels so rushed. You don't have to stand around and wait.
Right.
It kicks you out of the map. The only time I've been kicked out of the map, if there's none of whatever.
Yeah. And then we talked about the rewards. I'm just going through my list here real quick before we move on to the actual story. And then Swan, Oranges. I think that's it. So we can go ahead and start on the story. So if you're tuning in, we are going to talk about the story a little bit. We're not going to spoil it too much, I feel like, because it's not a whole lot. Like, not a whole lot. So if you want to keep it turned down a little bit or mute for like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes most, we should be off of it because it's really not that long. And then we're going to dive into some other stuff, not part of the story really in a sense, but the future of said story and our thoughts on said story. So, all right, we're starting now. So, Mom, what was your overall, what you could at least accept in your brain as you were playing the game and fighting and stuff? What's your thoughts of the story starting up now? Like, of what's happening? And
I don't know. I'm still questioning myself.
Your commander, I guess. Like, how are you feeling about the commander and what the commander is going through?
I feel like I'm going crazy. I'm questioning myself. Me personally, and the commander, it sounds like she's having an existential crisis.
I feel like at this point the commander hasn't taken a moment to rest and settle down,
right?
For her, like him or herself or them or whatever your commander may be represented to you, but yeah, the commander has not literally took a moment, step back, and just breathe and think. Like, everyone was always getting on Bram and everyone else to, like,
his emo phase. We never went through a phase
and grieve over your mother and all these other certain people. It's like, when does the commander get to sit back and
break down,
take
cry,
all these emotions and because we're just constantly go. Exactly. PTSD. That's
existential crisis.
It's getting pretty crazy. And from what I was told too, I guess if you play different races, you get a bit of different dialogue towards the end, like different people, from what people gathered.
So I gotta go try. No, she's like, oh, she's gotta go. Okay, bye, Zola. Thank you for joining. But yeah, there's other races stuff, so I'm gonna try that too.
Right. So I guess I am interested on how that's gonna play out with the character, like your commander, if they're gonna let your commander have a moment, or if your commander is just gonna go bonkers and do something dumb because of it.
Yeah, is that going to be one of the storylines or something?
Right.
They're trying to kind of go bad me or something. Pretty cool.
And then, if that's the case, what?
Like the Savari did when Primordius. You know how they were in talk to his head. You know
they were
what I mean?
being whispered. And a lot of them listened to the whispers, and a lot of them didn't. Like Kanak, he fought it, or whatever he said.
Yep.
So, but he said that it got louder as they got, I think, closer or whatever.
Yeah.
So, or at least something, like either closer or deeper, one of the two. Kanak said, I believe. I could be totally crazy and thinking of something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, so which we're going to go to, it could be due to the mob as well, because the mob that we're fighting, it's a quote demon, but there's also, hang on, before I do that, let me switch my scenes up before we get into this conversation. Give me a sec. We're just going to slap all these things up. You guys can't really see the words or whatever too deep on here because, it is what it is on sizing, but we have a couple pages pulled up here, which is part of Guild Wars 1 official wiki, but also Guild Wars 2 also kind of talks about it too when you go through it, whatever. Let me pull this up so I can have this up here. There we go. Okay. So, at the bottom, if you scroll, obviously, for the wiki, if you go all the way to the bottom, it talks about notes, and it does express that the Guild Wars 2, the Deep was connected to a thing here. Hang on.
Babylon.
I'm trying to Why is it not?
It says in Guild Wars, the deep was connected to Calvon and ran
Keep
eastward.
reading while I'm trying to get
Two.
this to go.
It is southeast
There we go.
Gyala Hatchery, roughly
Now I just
where
don't know how to
the
freaking
Ario's
see.
mines was located. Both locations with Knox nightmares.
Right. And from what we saw, sorry, coughing in people's ears. Let me mute this for a second. Okay. When you look up the demon overall details, it talks about that demons are an outside world dimension that exists in the realm beyond of what we can see and experience. Basically the mist. That demons are more than creatures of the mist, and they are made of the mist themselves. So I guess what I'm getting at is, are we going to be messing around more into the mist, or are we messing around with the part that these guys are messing around with the Luxon? Because they were in this detail, it showed that apparently a lot of these monsters, different creatures, demons, was it Kunavang? Not Kunavang, you said, but the Oni, are part of the same group as demon. Like if you look up demon itself, it's like shows like a list of all the demons and stuff, and it shows like the JC wildlife and all that stuff. So are we gonna continue with like the demonish mist theory, or are we going into
fit if it would fit if we're having maybe a breakdown? You know what I mean? What happens when you have a breakdown? Demons come, your head, so
I have Goric here. He's our conspiracy guy. And Goric here, he's got a couple pictures. He's got his bro Blish up here, who's up in the mist. We got the mist icon. We got some jade, because we're dealing with the jade. We got the lane line, juiciness, powerness. We got the demons. We got some of the, and we got Detective Ramen. He's like maybe Gorik's a little crazy on thinking some things, because that's what we're about to be. We're gonna
our minds went everywhere.
What's happening here? So I guess, what was it to you? Did you feel like it was kind of cool to see the newer version of these creatures in Guild Wars 2 from Guild Wars 1? Because you're a Guild Wars 1 player, so you've seen I guess
they're different
from there and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like the newer models, but I had to go up like a Canoxia. I don't, you know what I mean? So, but it's an version. They could have changed, so, but it's fine for me.
It is interesting that they changed the direction a little bit, because they said that it ran eastward. However, in Guild Wars 2 it is southeast, so maybe it's spread over time, like where when we are going the one direction and maybe we'll get to the other direction. I don't know. That part I'm just kind of wondering if they're just kind of changing it, but we'll see, I guess, as time goes. I thought it was kind of cool overall because of the characters that interacted with you with them, and it felt like the demon was really just trying to like get you to, feel like a piece of garbage. So I'm kind of excited about it, just because like we need to see the commander in their broken moments.
Yep.
Not just like when Aurene got hurt, or when Taimi got hurt, or something like that. Like we need to see like what the commander is going through.
We need to go through our emo stage.
Our Dark Lord stage.
We're going to the hell. That's why I think the gods are back.
I don't know. Because as we're talking about this, and you can pull your little notes up so that you can bring it up, there was a article, which I'll link here in chat, but I'll also put it on YouTube later. And it was on gamespace.com, and it was by Ed Orr. And it had Bobby Stein interviewing.
Ed's a designer.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, that is not.
Or not Ed, but the Joe Kim's. He's one of the people that he was interviewing.
There we go. Sorry, let me delete that.
He's a designer.
And I guess my mom has some thoughts and questions on things. I think I know overall what the ideal is. It's like the interviewer is also questioning and having their own personal thoughts. But I guess mom has questions overall of just like the future of just like these releases of the expansion. So this isn't going to be more so of the story currently going on. This is the topic that we're going on with this website is about the future.
This article.
And like what like the devs are doing and how they handle things. So go ahead, take it away with your notes while I fix something here because I messed up something.
So the article was interviewing Bobby Stein and Joe Kim's Kimms, which is a creative designer or something like that. But they were talking about the 10-year cycle of us doing the dragon, 10 years of the dragon cycle. How they're happy that it's done. Now they can go away. Now, where are we going? That's my question. And that's what we're speculating. But some of my questions, like they were talking about different threats besides dragons, non-dragon threats. We fought them through the years, like bandits, the syrup baddest. Yeah. Who do you think we're gonna have? And what it might look like, and what would it bring? Those are my thoughts on that.
I just messed up this so hard. Okay. Yeah, but it looks like in overall view, they had a 10-year goal to, I guess, get all the dragons out. And they finished that goal, so now they are moving on to a new era. So our questions are, well, Mom's main question is, the fear is, I guess, for Mom, is the way they released this current little patch, are we getting that type of content in a sense for future expansions? Or are we getting like a decent chunk like how POD and Heart of Thorns, stuff like that, content?
Like, what's it going to look like? Like, is the X-Pack going to have more than what we're doing?
Yeah. That's what our question is on that. Yeah. And I guess our question is, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that because of this release, do you have hopes, thoughts, doubts, whatever, or questions on how they're going to be doing the newer content after this? Or do you feel like this was just like a step to start the content? Or do you feel like this is going to be the future of just how they're going to release content in little chunks?
I personally think that our threats are going to be the demon, and then us existential crisis might be happening. And they also talked about revisiting, making it smaller. They said a smaller of, what do we call those? Friends that we do things with or whatever, like we had Marjorie and Jory, all of them have a small.
Well, they spoke of as well that when they did Guild Wars at the beginning, they had all those little personal stories that it was overwhelming to keep up with all those little intricates in a sense. And so that this is why we kind of have where it's short, like the main story and little side path stories for characters. And that's why we also get only so many characters per story so that they can focus on that round of characters. So I guess overall we at least have an idea of why they do what they do on situations on like
it's a lot of work.
Why they don't go back here and there and whatever and just talk to this character. So that's good to kind of know overall. It also sounds like they are in the future like wanting to try and go back and revisit things. So maybe we'll get to see Zoja in the future. Who knows? Maybe we'll get to see like other things, or catch up with other people. The Peltry, yeah, exactly.
Countess Denise, what the heck's going on with her?
And Karen said, I feel it was a step to get us going because this was the first story continuation in a year. So they are just setting the hook in us.
Right. But where do you think it's going to go? Like, is it going to stay with demons? Are we going to have a new big baddie, for the X-Pack itself? Because, like, I can see the demons being the...
I told Mom I think we're diving into more like the Luxon, Kurzik / the demon, like all that. Like we're starting to dive down into the bottom half of basically.
Are we staying in Cantha? That's
for a little while. As for what we do next after that, are we coming up with a whole new continent, a world, a place? Are we going to space? Like whatever. Like that's I guess where Mom's trying to figure out where to go, and it's hard to think that far ahead. But it's interesting because, like in that article, they planned this out for 10 years. So they say like people had hints and stuff as long as things came along. So like, what are the hints here? Besides the current content area.
I don't know. I really hope yearly X-Packs. What we're assuming by what we've read that they're talking about. Having yearly X-Packs and expansion packs and living world, which is not going to be called. They're trying to get a living.
I know that's something that's going to be hard to like stop saying, I guess. So it's like, what are we calling this? Chapters, instances?
Yeah.
Like, what are we calling this now?
Right.
Like, that's what would be nice.
And then, we are done 10-year cycle, right, with the dragons. What about Maureen? What's her role going to play? Is she going to, because we have to have dragon.
Well, and
or magic.
The thing is, she's just chilling. She's taken over, I believe she took over Swan's spot.
Mm-hmm.
And so... she's gonna be living that life for now. I think we're basically done with dragons, which is good in my opinion. As like that article says, I'm kind of done with dragons. So, I mean, we can obviously touch up and visit her or see her, and I'm sure they'll at some point bring her back out. It's not like she died or anything, but it is old. Like, I agree. Like, I want to move on and see other things. As for Tyrion, as you said, we shall see if the demons were a little out there, and we see a mix of Menzi minions, Abyssals, and Grinth minions. Actually, that's why I feel like we're messing with the mist some more.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of, like, looking at the wiki and looking at also just the lore details of all the demons and the different creatures and stuff like that. Excuse me.
Now,
they all part to the mist.
Do you think there's going to be a second half to the map? And then after this, where are we going?
We're going down. We're like, the map, there's still so much of the map. That's what.
Yeah, but what's the next place besides Delve? Just trying to think from the first one. Go to that's Cantha. Because I think we're going to be staying in Cantha. That area. I just trying to think where else we can go, because we got the Delves, we got
well, the thing is, that's part of like the Luxon area. We still haven't even messed with the Kurziks or any of that stuff. So
right, okay, yeah.
That's why I said, that's what I was trying to tell you earlier when we were talking about. They still have they can still play with other like chess pieces and use like the Kurzik in this. We can use like the other.
Are we going to have another?
Even Tyrio was talking about the Oni, also the powerful Mesmer. By chance, that's probably So it's like there's still some other baddies. It's just I guess what you're getting at is you're wondering like are we still going to just stay in like Cantha itself, like that general area, EOD, or like move on afterwards? I feel like we're going to stay there for right now for this current, as we don't want to say living story, but I feel like we're going to stay there for now until said next like the build up for the next expansion or whatever.
Right. Are we going to have a war between the Lizes and the Kurziks again, or are they going to bring back GVG?
You mean not GVG, but like the little Kurzik Luxon battle thing, PvP stuff?
Yeah.
It would be cool. I'm sure everyone would be down for it, because that'd be a smaller, like, 5v5, 10v10 type of thing, but I don't know. Right now, if we go back to what content's coming out, I will say PvP is quite unloved right now. Like, it's there, but it just feels like it's running on its own like little fumes. So I don't know if they'll be messing with that right now, if they're focusing on trying to change how the way they're releasing the game and how they're handling the game. Who knows? I don't work, I'm not a developer there, so I don't know. And then same thing with World v. World. World v. World's been told to us that alliances and stuff like that it's slowly getting there, but it's like that's been a whole like several year process.
They're on an older.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, I don't think they would do that type of PvP just because it just seems like those two particular game modes are kind of like on their own little settlement of like they're here, but we're just kind of like taking our time with it, which is it's fine. It's also you got balancing in this damn game that they gotta constantly get sorted out. So, and it doesn't seem like with the new expansions coming up, it sounds like they're not releasing any more elite specs. So maybe
right now, does that mean are they gonna make us new what are they called? Are they gonna make new people like what do we call them? Savari. I'm having a brain fart right now. Like Savari.
You mean race?
Yeah. Are we gonna have a new race?
I don't know. I don't think so either, to be honest. I think they're too focused. But if they do that, it'd be really cool, and I'm sure a lot of people would be there excited, because there's a lot of people that want the, also they want the code in, they want the...
Well, you figure if you get an X-Pack every year, they could start out with a new character or new
But I don't think they're going to. It sounds like they're trying to at least make it condensed down on condense the amount of load and focus on main points of their game now.
Right.
So, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you on questioning on like what will be the seller of their games now if they're going to be releasing in bursts of every year and stuff like that, especially like
$30 for the
masteries, whatever the hell, if they even add it, mount, like, is there going to be anything really upping the ante besides their story? Which, if it's going to be based off selling the story, then right now I'll wait and see the next few patches on how story like content goes. But if it's like this small of a little dribble, well, then
my main thing I was telling Kit that I'm scared of is, okay, so they do an X-Pack every year. What about the old, the core game? Is it going to be really dead? Because new X-Pack means new places normally. Are they going to make us in the X-Pack?
They did say they're also working on the player, oh my god, what is the word? I can't even think anymore. My brain's been poop since the daylight savings change.
Good news, we won't have to do that no more. This is the last time.
No, apparently we'll talk about that later. But no, we still have to. The thing didn't get passed.
Oh, damn it!
What is that word?
Like, how big is it going to be? Is it going to be worth? Because right now, like we were talking earlier, we bought Guild Wars 2 when it first came out. We spent what?
No, Tyrion, I was going to say, they literally, I think, what's his face, Crouch, is the one that said there wasn't going to be any more elite specs or something. Like, he put it on, like, either Reddit or something, or one of the channel people quoted it on the thing. Like, yeah. Like, So there's not going to be, unless they change it up and he was wrong, but
Well,
he's
just
the
like
one that
they said,
stated
they were
it.
never going to have mounts. We got mounts, so.
So that's what I'm saying, because they said apparently they already have enough like specs or whatever, and that the balancing and stuff like that. So there's no more.
Because it's really
specs.
hard for them to keep up with two versions of each spec, one for just more PvP and one for PvE.
Which is hard to say, like, it's a confirmed 100% no, because, you know, devs can say one thing, but, you know, in the future it can obviously change, so, yeah. But that's what was told. It was posted on Reddit, like, I think the week of the release, because it was all the comments and stuff about it. So.
And then you say something here, he Crouch on tea time.
Grouch was suggesting
Teapot
to see if he can get on Team Time to explain it some more, yes, but I don't know if that happened yet or not, but we'll see. But he did express some commentary through Teapot's channel. So, but yeah,
did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I just explained, but it didn't go through, and I just said that something at some point they're gonna maybe get together, and if Teapot wants to do it, and he'd explain it more. But for now, all they have is all what Grouch put in the chat. So,
and that was my bit. You know, what's our expansions gonna look like? Is it gonna be Earth? I mean, like right now, Kit and I were talking. We bought there's one beta, what, $40 if we got the medium pack. I mean, I've gotten my money's got it. I'm still getting money. I just don't want to see the old content.
My mom is an old soul of basically recession money situation. I'm at this point where I'm like, I just kind of expect games to be a certain price now, so I'm just like, it's what you want to put your money to. If you want to buy it, then buy it. You know, if you're thinking you're gonna get your content worth out of it, you know, stuff like that when the time comes. That's why I'm just like, I'm curious as well how things are gonna pan out now since the announcement and changes, and how this year will go. And that will make me decide if I want to spend money yet or not, like when it first releases or whatever, or drops and stuff like that, which sucks to think like that. But with the economy being the way it is right now for everyone, there's some people who can't afford a lot and some people can. So at the end of the day, it's a business. They have to make their money. So I'm not gonna complain too much about it. Do what you gotta do. But my mom, on the other hand, she's just, you know, that's the thing. If it's gonna be pumped every year, how much content are you actually going to be giving now people? It's going to be like ESO, because Elder Scrolls Online does the same thing, where they release every year content. But the thing is, Elder Scrolls does a pretty decent job on releasing a whole good chunk. Like, they release some maps.
Well, what I mean is, like, can you imagine paying $30 a year, $30 to $50 every year for the expansion? Is it going to be like an hour worth of story? You know what I mean? Or is it going to be, that's my question, is it going to be heavy lore, heavy story, you know, in it? Or just going to be,
did you feel like you had enough story when you did POF at the beginning before Living Story or HOT? Or Iceberg Saga?
Yeah, but that's what, every few years? What's it going to look like every year?
The thing is, everyone's going to have to learn and figure out this experience. Veterans, new players, everything like that. It depends how, you know, you got to think they're also not trying to just they're trying to go for new people. Even in that article, it says they're trying to bring in new players.
Right.
That means they're trying to bring in more people that have never touched the game, probably whatever. Business. At the end of the day, it's business, and that's fine. And you have to, it's weird to explain it. You have to be able to enjoy this game for what it is for you. Like, what are you enjoying this game for? Are you here for just like raids,
fashion,
or fucking farming, you know, stuff like that, whatever, then that's fine. But if you're just here because you're here for one part of the said game, then you're really gonna just have to deal with what you get or not play and just watch it from someone else's point of view. Because I mean, And some people do. Some people just buy a game just to play a story or play PvP or play raids. And so, I mean, I have friends that do it on Final Fantasy. They get on and they do savages, and then once savages are over, they bounce out. And then once content comes back, they go in. And same with story. Like, I have some people just play story and they come in and they bounce out. So it's probably gonna be the same thing with Guild Wars 2, where like you have people that play certain sections of the game, and you know, hopefully they give enough working tools and kits or whatever to those modes to make people want to pay whatever it's going to be when it comes to that time. And we don't know. It might not even be $30. It may be only like $20. Who knows? You never know. But sadly, a lot of games have went up in price to like $60 to $70. So they might.
That's
go
what
up
I'm
too.
scared of. I'm scared of like charging $60-$70 and it's like an hour, you know, content. That's what I'm scared of. See how it works. Don't have to tell you to try it.
And it sucks that you have to feel that way, but like I try to tell you,
my games are my only enjoyment side of, you know, because I'm.
Yeah, there's some people that's all they have for entertainment or money or to get away and mental space and more.
Mm-hmm.
So I get it. And I'm sure a lot of people get it. So we can't sit here and assume right off the bat like the expansion that comes next is a Doom expansion, like the end of times, the game's over, you know, Guild Wars 2 is dead or whatever. Like that's just not, we don't need to think that way. At least I don't think that way. And I know you're stressing because of the financial part, which sucks because, you know, a lot of people are, like I said, it's the economy right now. So everyone's thinking about money right now and how to make money and how to get money. So, and it's so many layers to this that it sucks, but at the same time, I'm excited because I'd rather have more content pumping.
Me too. But, and that's what I'm like.
Yeah, so it's like a little double-edged system here, sword type of thing, where it's like, we'll see. It might kill off some of the community. It might bring in some community. It might, you never know.
And that's what I'm scared of. Is community? Is it going to, you know, community drop? Going to get bigger? Going to be just bigger? That cert for that one expansion. And so I was saying, I hope they include and the other places, that way it doesn't feel so people enjoy that they have people metas with and stuff like that, you know.
Right. I guess overall, so your question is, how much will I get with my money's worth? Right? Is what you're asking out in the world for this theory.
Yeah, you know,
and
like
then what will be the next, I guess, who are the next, I guess, bunch of baddies, which is kind of hard to tell because we've been dealing with dragons for so long. So they could actually make someone whole brand new. You know, it could be someone that's not even related.
Right,
so
that's
far
true.
more of Tyrion.
And go totally different with the story, you know.
Yeah, and they can make a new continent, they can make a world, they can make these. So you never know. I mean, Final Fantasy took us to space. Like, we went to the moon on Final Fantasy's latest expansion. So you never know. Guild Wars 2 has so much to explore now that they are done with the dragons that I feel like that we'll have fun exploring who the next group of bad people are. Because I'm excited, to be honest. I'm like the person that made the article. I'm excited because I've been kind of sick about dragons. They were cool. Order Moth was all right. Like that was all right. And then Jorah Mag was pretty cool. But overall, it was just like, I want to see someone else. Like Scarlet was pretty cool in my opinion. I know not everyone's about her because she's like Harley Quinn. But like even Codicus, I hated his freaking beard, his little pony beard, but he was pretty nasty and vile too. And I'm like, yeah, you make a good villain. You're an asshole, but you're a good villain, you know? And it'll be interesting how they turn things around and what will be coming to Guild Wars 2. I'm excited, a little nervous, but excited. So we'll see. The article is really good. I feel like it at least gives us a lot more details on how they work over there. So if people, need a little bit of knowledge on how the development works over at Guild Wars 2, then make sure you go to gamespace.com and check out the article for the Guild Wars 2. It's under Guild Wars 2 Developer Interview, Time to Forget the Dragon Cycle. I will be sure to link it again on the YouTube in the link box or whatever, for people to check out. I would be sure to check around also other places. I've seen a couple other articles pop up as well from different, like, either developers or people who played some of the game before the release of this content, that if you want to check out, because I even know Arlie did a little blog post of the current meta and the content. So yeah, just kind of do your own little research at some point. Sometimes don't always follow what, streamers, Reddit, YouTubers always say, because, there's
Everybody's
multiple
got
different points of view at the end of the day.
And that's why I said what I state is my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. At the end of the day, anything that's said in this freaking video, stream, whatever, it's our opinions, not yours, not the devs. So don't take it as
say what you like and don't like.
Word. You're allowed to like what you like. You're allowed to doom what you want to doom, and
they can always change it.
Exactly.
They're saying stuff now. It's not fact hardcore out yet, so it can change. Just like we were saying, they said we'll never have mounts. We'll never go to Cantha. Look, what do we have? We have mounts. Cantha. You remember? The one guy used to do videos and he'd always say, "Are we going to Cantha?" God, what was his name? Probably disappeared. God, what was his name? I can't believe I used to watch him all the time. But yeah, he'd always ask, "Are we going to Cantha?" And they'd, Colin would give him that look.
I am interested though how the game quality is going to be now that the NC, and I know that NCSoft does not own fully Guild Wars 2, but in the news of all things too, NCSoft and Amazon Studios are making a new MMO.
Yeah, see how.
So what's that? Are any developers from both studios for like the games in the whole going into this new game? So that's some questions and thoughts of a little curiosity and worry is just like, are we going to have a 2.0 of the situation with the Ice Brew Saga, the layoffs, and the project that they were, stuff like that? That's where I'm like, I hope not.
And we do need, this is my opinion, we do need a community manager. And that's one thing I've been seeing somebody.
We need a community manager. One, especially because when we have people like Grouch going on Reddit and making posts or on Tea Time or on other people, and like people are cutting out just the chat without the content of it, like not seeing what Teapot said in response or other people or Muckle, like in general, like the response and why Grouch said such things or why Bobby said such, like it'd be nicer to have like just a community manager or something to just organize it a little bit better or bring up situations.
I miss Gail so much.
Which I don't know. They might have one and we just don't know about it, but a lot of people I know are saying the same thing as like Mom said. Where's the community manager? And if so, they need one.
Somebody to get in there, who go in there. If somebody says that go, this is what was said, whatever, or giving us, like we didn't get anything on this till the day it dropped. No videos, no little snippets on stay tuned, this is what's going on here kind of thing to get you going for it, so that's my thing. I guess we had one for, I don't know what it is, but we need somebody who they're the constant the people who game.
We'll have to see. It's gonna take some time. We got a whole I don't know, we're in March now. So we got quite a bit of chunk of this year before we can jump
We got
into
what,
that.
3 months?
Yeah, so there's really no need to like stress about it too much right now. It is something that I'm sure in a lot of backup players' minds of like, especially players that have been playing long, of like what's to like happen in the future. But overall, I think they're not. As I even said in the story, I give like to rate everything down. The map is a 10 out of 10. The newest map or whatever, beautiful. They really did good on detailing it, everything like that. The jade itself looks like jello to me. I want to bite it.
Yummy.
Might break my teeth.
Green jello.
The meta itself, it's not bad. Just the mass little neat. Hopefully in the future, whatever they do, if they're gonna bring stuff like that, maybe
Not so rushed.
tweak it a little bit or change the way it just.
A medium. There needs to be a more medium. I don't want it as long as Into Dragons, the last meta.
But this is the perfect medium. It's just the system
just
for it is
a little too fast paced. Yeah. Maybe something in the medium realm, because I like it when it's done. It starts right back over, but it is just rush. So.
And then I think the story wise, to be honest, it was like a 6 or a 7 for me, just because, as we spoke earlier, it's not the fact that it was short for me. Yes, that bothered me a little bit. That it was super short. It was the way the pacing was and how just trying to catch bits of dialogue while you're trying to do things and try to fight, and like we spoke way earlier. So that's why that's so low. I don't hate the story. I'm actually quite interested on what our commander's mental state is going to be like in the next few, chapters, and how we're gonna go about it and how the devs are going to tackle it, because that's something that's very touchy in general, is PTSD and like mental health and everything like that. So we'll see. Because some games flop on that department, some do really well at telling.
It can go wrong. It can go so wrong. Yeah. So hopefully they handle this good.
Exactly.
And get us interested, and it's touching on what's going on now. So it's just, let's see how it goes, and hopefully it goes in the right direction.
Right. And then I gave like the rewards from this whole thing, I felt like it was pretty decent. It wasn't bad. Like the first bit before they patched up the whole mill and everything, it felt like I wasn't getting crap. Like it felt like we were just getting some, mats or whatever here and there, like the low quality mats, whatever. So it didn't feel like, but then when they did the patch, it was like I was getting more, exotics and golds and stuff like that. And it sounded like this and everything. So I just feel like that was just like maybe a hiccup in the update or
probably
something. Maybe like someone didn't hit the switch right, or maybe whatever. So that I'm not going to complain about. I am happy that they did something with the Black Lions statuette thing. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if it's because they basically wanted to give.
And so you're not gotten two things
to get that stuff, or what?
I've heard two different things. It's only temporarily temp for to fix the mat overload on mat situation and the Black Lion prices, and then I've heard that they're going to keep it. I don't know. I hope they keep it, because that's a pretty neat idea. It gives people a chance who can't afford to go buy gems all the time, and you can actually work.
I don't know, and they could just be doing it because they do have Steam now. That's part of the community, and from what even Tyrion has issues trying to do gem codes and stuff. So maybe they're just making it easier for people to get access to those things. I don't know. Who knows? There might be several reasons why they're doing it. It could be also they're just trying to get people to dump out a bunch of materials. Who knows? But I'm excited about it overall. Like, if it is only temporary, then get on it and get,
make sure you get your
stuff, weekly thing. Yeah. All you have to do is do it once a week. So just dump your stuff in and get it. I need to do mine today as I think about this conversation.
Oh, yeah. It's a new one, ain't it?
Yeah, because I didn't get to log in this week.
I need to go look.
So,
yeah, me either.
Yeah. And I think that's all overall. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, overall, bad patch. It just fell short. So hopefully we'll see how things go.
So we are going to be what Kit and I are going to be working on will be our axes.
Gen 2 axe.
And finishing doing whatever
And this
stuff.
episode is short because it was short content.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot to talk about. We only accomplished our own little personal projects. And while playing or whatever, like after I did this, I visit, I guess, the map so the main week I visit like a couple times. After that, I've only done like once or twice since then. Other than that, I've actually been going to Drizzle Coast because I feel like it's just an easier pattern of just getting things done and going to wherever I need to go. So that's for me wise on when I get like materials or whatever I need for my for this Gen 2 stuff. But yeah,
I've done it quite a few times. I do at least 2 runs a
right. And
day.
I've seen people be in the map on my friends list a lot too. So it seems like
I
it's
want to try to get
obviously
that ascended
consistent on people
weapon that you
playing
got.
it.
I'm trying to get that ascended weapon and chair, which I'll never get.
Well, I got lucky on that Ascended bag, and I wasn't expecting that. So you know.
Yep. So, but we just thought we'd put our thoughts out there, and if you guys have any questions, you can always message us here or in game.
Yeah.
If you have to be farming out like me and you want to farm with, hit me up in game. You see me on, you can add me. SereneTempest.9023 in Guild Wars. Just add me, say, hey, I watch you. You want to go farm? Let's go farm. I'm always out farming.
Yeah. So that's where you can find Serene. You can find me on Twitter at Kit the Traveler, on YouTube, Kit the Traveler. In game, it's Pixie PIXIE.5940, or just Kit the Traveler if you add me, or Whisper. Yeah, this episode is more just like our opinions, questions, thoughts, whatever. But I'm excited. I know Mom's kind of worried or whatever. I'm
worried. I'm excited.
I hope.
But I am a little worried. That's just the mom and money situation with me.
Yeah.
But I know it's going to be worth. It's just how you know what I mean. Is it going to be worth?
I just find my own entertainment in the game, and unlike my mom, she's done almost all the achievements. Like she has more achievement points than me. I literally wait and do a lot of those achievements later in game because of this, where it's like I
that
use
was
it on my
question.
downtime in game. What?
That was the other thing that we were talking about that I was going to bring.
Okay.
Does anybody notice? Okay, End of Dragons, we had a lot of little side quests like Gold Claw, Snargle Gold Claw, where it's the little side achievements, or the history of the Luxons and stuff like that, the little things, and you go over. There wasn't any in there. I think it's gonna stop.
You feel like the achievements for this current story map, whatever, was short?
Short and blah.
I mean,
no little side things,
They could be changing and condensing down how much they're putting out for that too. So
right. But I like making you go back and.
Right. I understand.
Yeah.
That'll be something we have to wait and see in the future how this, if it, like, I guess the domino effect of it all.
Right. But that's all. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
you brought up achievements and.
Yeah, it came to your brain. I figured.
Old lady farts.
I think next month, if we do stream this episode, it'll be towards the end again of the month. I'll see about catching a few co-host guests if they want to come on and talk about stuff. Other than that, that's about it. I think that's all, unless there's anything else you can think of that you need to add before we log this off.
That's it.
All right.
But like I said again, you guys want somebody events? That's
Oh no, you're cutting in and out.
Serene Tempest 9.9023.
Okay, there you go. I'll make sure to put in the YouTube thing for you as well, because I keep.
Just when you message me, say hey. Okay, that way I'm like random strange. It's strange. There's a lot of those.
Yeah.
Those who picking up on you. Thank you all for joining us, and love you all. Have fun gaming. Do what you need to do. Have
I
fun.
won't be hosting this over because I don't think. Hang on, let me check if anyone's live real quick.
Well, Teapot is.
Yeah, but I don't know.
It's just from what I see, Teapot.
No,
And,
I have a followers list here. Hang on.
uh,
Oh,
wait.
I
Lynn?
have my thing here. I'm checking. Mm-hmm. And Jedrick is rating. Yeah. And Jebra's playing Elder Scrolls. Yeah. We'll just end it here. Sorry, my
All right.
cutting out. So for now, goodbye.
Bye.